Imagine a gold rush. Some people mine for gold, others sell shovels. This is a story of every major technological revolution. Innovators and leveragers. I am Laban, and today we trace the journey from microprocessors to AI, showing how each era created miners who are the innovators and the shovel sellers, those building businesses on top of AI. So let's dig in. Today we are not just talking about AI, we are talking about its history, the kind of history that repeats itself, creating incredible opportunities for those who see it coming. Because if you are feeling overwhelmed by all the hype about AI, or wondering how you, a non-techie, for instance, can possibly get into this revolution, then you are in the perfect place. We are going to break down on how every major tech revolution, from the tiny chip to the vast internet, created two types of winners. We had the innovators who dug the gold, and we have the leveragers who sold the shovels. And guess what? The AI gold rush is happening right now, and there are more shovels to sell than ever before. Let's rewind history. Our history begins in the mid-20th century with the microprocessor revolution. Before this, computers were room-sized behemoths. Then came the integrated circuit. We had the microprocessors and others. So innovators like Intel, Fairchild, Semiconductor, and Texas Instruments were the gold miners. They designed and manufactured these miraculous little chips. What were they doing? They were solving a fundamental problem: how to make computing smaller, faster, and cheaper. So they are the ones who struck the gold, literally laying the foundation for every that came next. But who were the shovel sellers in this period? These were the companies that were creating the tools for these innovators. For example, those specialized in manufacturing equipment, those designing software, and the entire ecosystem that sprang up around making the microprocessor possible. So this paved way for our second revolution, and that is the computer and the PC boom of the 1970s and the 80s. So suddenly computing wasn't just for governments and universities, it was for homes and businesses. Virtually every home you would go, and even business premises, there were computers. Companies like Apple, IBM, and Microsoft were the gold miners during the PC era. They took those microprocessors from the previous revolution and built personal computers and operating systems that transformed how we worked and lived. This was a massive expansion of the gold rush. But the shovel sellers, there were so many. Think about it: software developers creating applications for these PCs, printer manufacturers, we had monitor makers, we had keyboard companies, and even the early computer repair shops. Those are the people who we can categorize them as the shovel sellers. They are relying on the gold miners who are the creators of the PC. So they weren't building the core tech, but they were indispensable to the widespread of its adoption. So McKinsey and Company reports that the PC industry alone fueled an explosion in the related service and software sectors, creating millions of jobs and billions in revenue. Think about it. So fast forward to the 1990s, the internet and the World Wide Web age, known as the .com era for those millennials like me. This was truly transformative, and the gold mine expanded from individual machines to a global network, thanks to the World Wide Web. Innovators like Netscape, Yahoo, and later Google and Amazon were the gold miners. These were the big wigs in the industry. They were building the infrastructure, the search engines, the e-commerce platforms that connected the world. They were mapping out this vast digital frontier, and they struck an unimaginable wealth. But who are the shovel sellers? This is where it gets really interesting for you today. Think about all the businesses that emerged from website that emerged after the World Wide Web. We had the website developers, we had the graphic designers specializing in web content, the internet service providers, which is still booming even today, companies selling modems and routers, even online security firms. They leverage the internet to build their own successful enterprises, providing essential services to those navigating this new digital world. So this led directly to the next wave, the rise of website agencies. As businesses realized they needed to have an online presence, but they didn't know how to build themselves, a whole new industry exploded. So these agencies were the ultimate shovel sellers. They weren't creating the internet, but they were helping millions of businesses leverage on it. They build websites, they manage hosting, and eventually they got into SEO, that is search engine optimization. So this was a clear example of building a thriving business on top of an existing technological revolution. So according to a report by PwC, digital marketing and web services rapidly became a multi-billion-dollar industry in the 2000s, proving the power of leveraging new technologies. And then came the social media age, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, and a whole new landscape for communication and connection. So innovators like Mark and Jack Dorsey were the gold miners here, creating the platforms themselves. They built the new town squares of the digital world, but the shovel sellers, who are they? This is where we saw the rise of social media marketing agencies. So businesses needed to reach to their new customers, where they were spending most of the time, because you realize that with the advent of the social media age, a lot of people were spending most of their time in the social media. So, like I said, businesses needed to reach their customers where they were spending their time, but they didn't understand the algorithms or the content strategy to reach to these customers. So what happened? So the agency stepped in, offering content creation, ad management, and community building, all leveraging the platforms built by innovators. Like we've said, Jack Dorsey, the owner of Facebook and Meta and so forth. So Bain and Company estimates that the digital advertising, largely driven by social media, is now a $1 trillion industry, showcasing the immense opportunity for those who sold the shovels of engagement and tech. So, which brings us to today and the AI revolution. We are at the precipice of something truly unprecedented. The innovators are working tirelessly. OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Microsoft, Nvidia, and others. They are building the large language models, that is the LLMs, the generative AI tools, the powerful chips, and the foundational algorithms. They are finding new veins of gold in the artificial intelligence. But for you, the biggest opportunity might not be in mining this gold directly, but in selling the shovels. Because AI, while powerful, needs to be applied. It needs to be integrated, customized, and understood by everyday business and individuals. The Federal Reserve and numerous financial institutions are already forecasting AI to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry within the next decade. So think about it. Trillions. Guys, there are trillions outside there for us to grab them. So, what are the shovels of the AI age? You may ask yourself that. So I'm going to break them down in bullet form. For example, we have prompt engineers. Currently, we need people who know how to write good prompts to LLMs so that they can get the best outcome and output of whatever information they're seeking. So these are the people who know how to talk to the AI to get the best results. We have AI integrators. So these are the people who will help businesses and other companies integrate AI into their existing workflows so that they can leverage these technologies. We have people who will be conducting AI training and education, teaching others and even companies how to use AI tools effectively. We have AI content creators, and these involve influencers using AI to generate text, images, videos, and music for their clients. We also have AI workflow consultants, and this is a field that we are going to pursue. So if you guys are interested in these areas, I would encourage you to keep watching. Make sure that you follow our channel so that at least you get to understand more about AI workflow consultancy. That's designing efficient AI powered processes. There's also another field whereby it involves specializing in AI tool development. So in this one, you are creating a niche of AI applications on top of existing large language models. This is something that is at the core of our interest, and I also encourage you to stick around in our channel so that you'll be able to understand more about this. We'll also have AI ethicists and policymakers guiding the development and deployment of AI. You realize that this is a very vast field which is currently not that much regulated, and going into the future there will be a lot of regulations that will come in, and there will be a crop of ethicists and policymakers who are going to shape this industry so that it doesn't go rogue on us. These are just a few examples. The possibilities are truly endless. You don't need to be a data scientist or an expert in learning algorithms. You need to understand how to leverage these incredible powerful tools to solve real problems for real people and businesses. The demand for shovel sellers in the AI space is exploding. Take that from me. And it's creating virtually opportunities for everyone who is willing to learn. So therefore, we've seen this pattern repeat itself throughout the history. Innovation creates a new playing field, and leveraging that innovation creates massive wealth and opportunity for those who help others navigate. The AI gold rush is here, and whether you want to mine for gold or sell the shovels, there's a place for you. So do not be left behind. So guys, we will be doing more of this content, and if you found this breakdown very inspiring and want to learn more about practical ways to leverage AI in your life and business, make sure that you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss our next video. We got so much to share to you, so be on the watch out. Till next time, guys.